Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into the stories of celebrities who found themselves on the wrong side of the law. Fame and fortune once offered protection, but those days are long gone. From slip-ups to serious scandals, these stars are now paying the price. Let's take a look at who's doing time behind bars. Darren Sharper, now 48, enjoyed a remarkable 14-year NFL career as a standout safety, playing for the Green Bay Packers, Minnesota Vikings, and New Orleans Saints. Widely celebrated for his defensive skills, he earned 2 All-Pro selections and appeared in 5 Pro Bowls. Sharper's crowning achievement came as a key player for the Saints during their emotional Super Bowl victory, a triumph that uplifted the city of New Orleans following the devastation of Hurricane Katrina. However, Sharper's life took a dark turn in 2014 when allegations surfaced that he had drugged and sexually assaulted 2 women, one incident occurring in West Hollywood and the other in Las Vegas. Legal actions were initiated in 2015, but the terms of the settlements remain undisclosed. In 2016, Sharper's troubling actions led to severe legal consequences. He entered guilty or no contest pleas to multiple charges of drugging and sexually assaulting women across various states, including California and Nevada, resulting in an 18-year prison sentence. His dramatic and disturbing downfall serves as a sobering reminder of how quickly a celebrated life can unravel, highlighting the stark reality that fame and status offer no protection from accountability for serious crimes. Shannon Richardson, though only modestly known for her small roles in popular series like The Walking Dead and The Vampire Diaries, became infamous in 2013 for sending poisoned letters to high-profile individuals, including former President Barack Obama. In a chilling twist reminiscent of the TV show Breaking Bad, Richardson mailed envelopes containing ricin, addressing them to Obama and then New York Mayor Michael Bloomberg. Amid a tumultuous divorce, she initially attempted to frame her husband, Nathan, by falsely accusing him of the crimes. However, a detailed investigation uncovered her deceit, resulting in Richardson's conviction and an 18-year prison sentence. This dramatic downfall transformed her from a minor actress into a figure of shocking notoriety. In October 2009, former MMA fighter War Machine surprised the public by pivoting to entertainment, aiming to elevate his fighting fame. Securing several film roles and entering a widely publicized romance with celebrity Christy Mack, his star appeared to rise. Yet beneath the glamour, turmoil brewed. His darker side emerged starkly in 2010 when he served a year behind bars for assault, a chilling preview of future violence. After prison, consumed by jealousy upon discovering Mack had moved on, he snapped. On August 8, 2014, War Machine violently broke into her home, brutally attacking Mack and her boyfriend, Corey Thomas. Mack suffered catastrophic injuries, triggering a media storm and cementing War Machine's disgraceful downfall. The jury delivered its verdict. War Machine, born Jonathan Copenhaver, was convicted on multiple counts, including kidnapping and attempted murder, resulting in a life sentence with parole eligibility after 36 years. His harrowing journey from promising MMA talent to notorious criminal illustrates the devastating impact of unchecked rage and aggression. Instead of achieving greatness in the ring, his legacy became one of violence, broken dreams, and tragic consequences. A life once defined by ambition ended in ruin, serving as a chilling warning that unchecked brutality, can destroy even the brightest potential. What could be better than starting the day with a delicious cup of tea and watching this interesting video? Sam Hurd, once celebrated as a rising NFL star, saw his promising career unravel dramatically due to a shocking drug trafficking scandal. After making a name as a talented wide receiver at Northern Illinois University, Hurd signed with the Dallas Cowboys, stepping onto football's biggest stage with enormous potential. Yet beneath his athletic success lurked a darker reality: persistent struggles with substance abuse that threatened to undermine his accomplishments. The story that began as an inspiring journey of ambition and talent ultimately spiraled into self-destruction as hidden troubles from his past set the stage for his devastating downfall. On December 14, 2011, Sam Hurd's double life imploded dramatically when he was arrested in an undercover sting operation while attempting to purchase large quantities of cocaine and marijuana intended for distribution. His legal situation deteriorated further the next year after he repeatedly violated bail conditions by failing mandatory drug tests. Though Hurd's attorney argued he was grappling with personal demons and vulnerable to negative influences, the court remained unmoved. In 2013, Hurd pleaded guilty and received a 15-year federal prison sentence. Currently incarcerated at FCY Bastrop in Texas, his shocking downfall vividly demonstrates how quickly promising careers can be destroyed by reckless decisions and criminal ambitions. Abby Lee Miller, who rose to fame as the outspoken star of the reality hit Dance Moms, now serves as a stark reminder of how swiftly celebrity status can crumble. For many moderately famous figures, navigating life after the cameras stop rolling can prove challenging, often resulting in legal troubles, scandals, or personal turmoil. Though some manage a comeback, Miller's story took a darker turn, becoming an all-too-common example of how blurred the boundary between fame and infamy becomes once the spotlight dims and past mistakes resurface. Miller first captured national attention in 2011 as the formidable centerpiece of Dance Moms, a reality series chronicling her relentless drive to transform young dancers into elite performers. Her abrasive coaching style and brutally honest critiques quickly turned her into a captivating yet controversial personality, drawing both admiration and criticism from viewers. As the show's popularity skyrocketed, Miller became an iconic figure in competitive dance, spawning spin-off series and firmly establishing herself as a household name, notorious for her intense methods and dramatic presence. However, Miller's polished image quickly deteriorated as serious legal issues emerged. Reflecting on her downfall, she confessed, "I was completely blindsided by how quickly it all fell apart. There were no warnings, no weapons, and my security team was nowhere to be found when I needed them most." The explosive scandal drastically reshaped her public persona, overshadowing her previous success and plunging the once-celebrated star into a prolonged storm of controversy that ultimately defined her legacy. In October 2015, Abby Lee Miller's glamorous world crumbled when she was indicted on multiple fraud charges after investigators uncovered her hidden income in a concealed bank account, even as she claimed bankruptcy in 2010. Desperate to minimize consequences, Miller reached a plea deal with the IRS, admitting guilt to lesser charges in hopes of leniency. Yet despite her efforts to soften the fallout, she was sentenced to 366 days behind bars. Ultimately, Miller served 9 months at Victorville Federal Correctional Facility. her dramatic downfall standing as a sobering lesson on how swiftly financial wrongdoing can extinguish even the brightest of celebrity spotlights. Ian Watkins, former frontman of the emo band Lost Prophets, sent shockwaves through the music industry when he was arrested in late 2012 on appalling charges involving minors. Once celebrated as a powerful voice for the misunderstood and a source of inspiration to countless devoted fans, Watkins' rapid and disturbing downfall shattered public perception, deeply betraying those who admired him most. His arrest would ignite one of the darkest and most unsettling scandals in contemporary music, forever staining his legacy and devastating the community that once revered him. Initially, both fans and Watkins' bandmates defended him, unwilling to accept the shocking accusations. However, as chilling details of his crimes came to light, their loyalty quickly dissolved into shock and revulsion. Authorities described the evidence of Watkins's abuse as among the most disturbing ever encountered, prompting him to plead guilty to multiple charges, including possession of illegal content, to prevent jurors from viewing the horrific material. The disturbing revelations left his legacy irreparably damaged, destroying the trust of a once devoted fan base and marking him forever as a figure of betrayal and depravity. Watkins was sentenced to 29 years behind bars, followed by 6 years of supervised probation. Since entering prison, his physical and mental state have severely deteriorated, leaving him barely recognizable compared to his former self. Although a few former fans and acquaintances still visit occasionally, any trace of admiration from his once thriving music career has been obliterated. His name, once synonymous with talent and inspiration, is now permanently overshadowed by the horror of his crimes, ensuring that his legacy is defined not by musical achievements, but by the pain and suffering he inflicted. Jared Fogle was once celebrated nationwide as an inspirational figure, gaining fame in the early 2000s through his remarkable weight loss journey on the Subway diet. By regularly consuming Subway sandwiches, he successfully transformed himself and served as the brand's iconic spokesperson for an impressive 15 years, from 2000 until 2015. However, his uplifting public image abruptly collapsed in the summer of 2015 when a shocking scandal emerged, devastating the carefully crafted reputation that had defined him and leaving the once admired success story irreparably tarnished. That same year, Fogle's home was raided by federal investigators amid a broader probe into shocking criminal activities. As disturbing details emerged, the public learned that Fogle had engaged in unlawful acts involving minors, an unthinkable revelation that horrified audiences nationwide. Subway swiftly terminated their long-standing relationship, eager to distance themselves from the scandal. Fogle ultimately entered a plea agreement, admitting to charges that included crossing state lines intending to commit illicit acts. Yet despite the plea deal, the judge delivered a sentence of 15 years and 8 months in federal prison, 3 years longer than the punishment prosecutors initially recommended. Colin Rashad Walker, a 27-year-old rapper and actor from Los Angeles, received a sentence of 50 years to life after being convicted of sexually assaulting 4 women and 3 teenage girls. Guilty on multiple counts, including forcible rape, Walker was described as a ruthless predator by Deputy District Attorney Cynthia Wallace and now faces lifelong registration as a sex offender. Although acquitted on some charges and intent on appealing, The jury's verdict underscored the gravity of his crimes. Walker preyed upon aspiring models, exploiting their trust through social media before subjecting them to horrific abuse. His defense alleged revenge motives, but prosecutors emphasized that the victims, complete strangers, shared chillingly similar accounts. Zach Avery, whose real name is Zachary Horwitz, received a 20-year federal prison sentence for orchestrating a staggering $650 million Ponzi scheme that rocked Hollywood. He deceived investors by promising lucrative returns from acquiring international distribution rights to films allegedly produced for HBO and Netflix, deals that never existed. Ordered by the U.S. Attorney's Office to repay $230 million in restitution, Horwitz exploited the allure and glamour of the entertainment industry, crafting elaborate fake contracts and forged emails to maintain his deception. His elaborate charade unraveled, revealing one of the most audacious financial frauds the entertainment world has witnessed in recent history. Eventually, Horwitz's carefully crafted image shattered, revealing that the charismatic entrepreneur was merely performing a role. Though he appeared in films like The Devil Below, You're Not Alone, and Curvature, his true legacy unfolded off-screen. According to the FBI, his deception hinged on an elaborate 2015 investor report, falsely detailing 52 films allegedly sold across international markets. In reality, Horwitz diverted most investor funds toward lavish personal expenses, systematically defrauding over 250 victims through his firm, 1M Capital, from 2014 until authorities arrested him in April 2021. His fictitious empire collapsed, exposing him as a fraud whose greatest performance was deceit. For a moment, Oscar Pistorius stood as the ultimate symbol of resilience and triumph. After losing both legs as a child, the South African athlete defied every expectation, rising to international stardom through sheer determination. By competing in both the Olympic and Paralympic Games, he shattered barriers and inspired millions, showcasing the profound truth that strength is rooted not in physical prowess, but in unyielding courage and relentless ambition. Pistorius exemplified the extraordinary heights one can reach when perseverance conquers adversity. Yet, in the early hours of Valentine's Day 2013, Pistorius's inspirational story descended into tragedy. That morning, he fired fatal shots through a locked bathroom door in his home, killing his girlfriend, Reeva Steenkamp, a beloved model admired widely for her warmth and charm. Pistorius insisted he mistook her for an intruder, driven by fear, but investigators quickly questioned his account. As evidence revealed escalating tensions and conflicts within their relationship, doubts mounted, undermining his narrative and forever shattering the heroic image the world had once celebrated. His legacy became defined not by triumph, but by haunting questions and heartbreaking loss. In October 2014, Pistorius was found guilty of manslaughter and sentenced to 5 years behind bars. But public outrage erupted when he was freed after serving less than a year, with many feeling justice had been denied. The controversy deepened in November 2015, when a higher court overturned the initial verdict, upgrading his conviction to murder. Despite increasing his sentence to 6 years, critics condemned the ruling as inadequate, given the devastating nature of the crime. Determined to uphold justice and honor Reeva Steenkamp's memory, prosecutors relentlessly pursued a stronger punishment, arguing that the earlier verdict failed to reflect the true gravity of Pistorius's actions. In October 2014, Pistorius was found guilty of manslaughter and sentenced to 5 years behind bars. But public outrage erupted when he was freed after serving less than a year, with many feeling justice had been denied. The controversy deepened in November 2015, when a higher court overturned the initial verdict, upgrading his conviction to murder. Despite increasing his sentence to 6 years, critics condemned the ruling as inadequate given the devastating nature of the crime. Determined to uphold justice and honor Reeva Steenkamp's memory, prosecutors relentlessly pursued a stronger punishment, arguing that the earlier verdict failed to reflect the true gravity of Pistorius's actions. Yet Zumhofer's once-celebrated wrestling career was overshadowed by disturbing revelations of criminal misconduct. In 2003, his arrest exposed a shocking pattern of indecent exposure charges, unraveling decades of hidden predatory acts dating back to the 1980s. By then, Zumhofer had already spent time behind bars for similar offenses. Ultimately, his troubled past caught up to him, leading to a conviction and a prison sentence exceeding 25 years. Today, the wrestler once cheered by fans is remembered only in disgrace, his tragic descent underscoring the devastating consequences when hidden darkness overtakes public reputation. Jen Shah became a household name through The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, capturing audiences with her fiery personality, dramatic confrontations, and extravagant lifestyle. Yet her glamorous image unraveled spectacularly in March 2021 when authorities charged Shah with conspiracy to commit wire fraud and money laundering. Alongside her assistant, she was accused of masterminding a deceptive nationwide telemarketing scam that targeted elderly individuals, tricking them into spending money on fraudulent services like website design and business coaching. These worthless offerings drained victims' savings, revealing a disturbing reality lurking beneath Shah's glittering facade, built on exploitation rather than genuine success. Reports revealed devastating accounts from Shah's victims, including 75-year-old Trisha from North Carolina, who lost over $47,000 on fake coaching services meant to help launch her dream business. Another heartbreaking case involved World War II veteran Ralph Hick, who lost more than $100,000. His family believes the financial trauma contributed directly to his declining health before he passed away at age 92. Disturbing text messages surfaced showing Shah and her accomplices actively plotting ways to manipulate their victims into paying more. Though initially proclaiming innocence, Shah eventually pleaded guilty to wire fraud, receiving a 6.5-year sentence. She is currently incarcerated at the Federal Correctional Institution in Bryan, Texas, eligible for parole in August 2028. Kris Wu, a Canadian artist of Chinese descent, catapulted to fame as a standout member of the South Korean boy band EXO, captivating fans worldwide with his magnetic charisma and stage presence. Known professionally as Wu Yifan, he boldly transitioned to a solo career in the mid-2000s, swiftly establishing himself as a versatile actor and international star. His performances in Chinese blockbuster films like The Mermaid and Journey to the West, The Demons Strike Back, along with notable Hollywood roles in XXXX, Return of Xander Cage and Valerian and the City of a Thousand Planets, reinforced his status as a global entertainment icon. However, in July 2021, Wu's carefully constructed image faced a devastating blow when a woman filed a complaint with Beijing police accusing him of sexual misconduct. She alleged that in 2020, Wu invited her to his home under the guise of discussing a potential role in a music video, only to deliberately intoxicate her with alcohol and coerce her into unwanted sexual acts. The disturbing allegations rapidly spread, triggering widespread shock and scrutiny, dramatically tarnishing Wu's reputation and casting a dark shadow over his previously celebrated career. In the wake of these initial accusations, numerous other women bravely stepped forward, sharing similar harrowing experiences, while celebrities and young fans voiced outrage over Wu's predatory behavior on social media. The mounting testimonies triggered severe legal repercussions, leading to his arrest, trial, and conviction. In November 2022, the Chaoyang District Court declared Wu guilty of rape, sentencing him to 13 years behind bars, a shocking downfall for a once beloved star, whose legacy was permanently shattered by his actions. Joe Giudice, famed for his appearances on The Real Housewives of New Jersey, now finds himself living a starkly different reality, far from the glamorous lifestyle once portrayed on television. Although the series primarily highlighted his wife, Teresa Giudice, it was Joe who became central to a major legal scandal in 2015, uncovered as the mastermind behind an elaborate bankruptcy fraud scheme. While both spouses faced conviction, Joe received a harsher penalty due to additional charges of failing to file tax returns from 2004 to 2008, deepening his legal troubles and marking the start of his steep descent from luxury and fame into public disgrace. In March 2016, Joe Giudice reported to Fort Dix Federal Correctional Facility in New Jersey to begin a 41-month prison sentence, reportedly struggling to adjust to the stark and difficult conditions behind bars. As Teresa completed her own shorter sentence and returned home, she spoke openly about the immense emotional toll Joe's incarceration had taken on their marriage, describing frequent tense phone calls and angry accusatory messages when she missed his calls. Highlighting their deepening emotional disconnect, his stunning transformation from glamorous reality star to imprisoned felon serves as a powerful reminder that even the most carefully maintained public images can unravel swiftly under legal pressure. Bobby Shmurda, like many aspiring rappers, built his reputation by vividly portraying street life and criminal exploits. But unlike others, his lyrics closely mirrored reality. In 2014, at only 20 years old, Shmurda's star rose meteorically as his breakout single surged to number 6 on the Billboard Hot 100, positioning him as one of hip-hop's most promising new talents. With a massive viral following and major label support, Shmurda seemed destined for superstardom, until the violent truths behind his music abruptly caught up with him, derailing his ascent almost overnight. That same year, Bobby Shmurda's rapid rise was suddenly derailed by mounting legal battles. In June, he faced initial trouble when police arrested him on weapons charges after discovering a firearm in his friend's apartment. Yet the situation took a dramatic and devastating turn in December, when Shmurda was arrested again, this time charged with far graver crimes, including attempted murder. Even behind bars at Rikers Island, trouble persisted. Authorities caught him attempting to smuggle in a knife, further complicating his case and deepening the cloud of controversy that threatened to permanently overshadow his once bright future. By September 2016, overwhelmed by an array of serious criminal charges, Bobby Shmurda accepted a plea agreement. pleading guilty to attempted third-degree murder and unlawful firearm possession. Initially sentenced to 7 years behind bars, his situation deteriorated further when authorities discovered a homemade knife hidden in his cell, leading to an extended sentence totaling 11 years. Once celebrated as hip-hop's rising star, Shmurda's rapid descent from breakout success to incarcerated felon stands as a sobering reminder of how quickly fame can crumble when the realities of a reckless lifestyle finally catch up. Gary Glitter, once a celebrated pop icon, famed for his glam rock anthems of the 1970s, suffered a swift and devastating fall in 1999 after being convicted of serious child sex offenses. Following the discovery of explicit illegal material, he served a 4-month prison sentence in the UK. Upon release, Glitter fled to Cambodia seeking refuge, but was expelled in 2003-2002 amid allegations of further misconduct, marking a disturbing new chapter in his disgraced legacy and cementing his permanent exile from both the music industry and public favor. Glitter later relocated to Vietnam, but his efforts to evade accountability were short-lived. He was again arrested and convicted for similar crimes, resulting in additional prison time. Upon his return to the UK, any hopes of reviving his career were swiftly crushed when fresh allegations surfaced in 2012. Glitter became a central figure in the wide-reaching investigation into TV presenter Jimmy Savile's misconduct, triggering renewed public outrage. British authorities uncovered further accusations, including a serious charge involving the sexual assault of an underage girl at the BBC. He was arrested, charged with multiple offenses, and in 2015 convicted and sentenced to 16 years in prison, leaving open the grim possibility that he could spend the remainder of his life behind bars. Michael Jace, recognized for his portrayal of Officer Julian Lowe on the critically acclaimed FX series The Shield and notable roles in films such as Forrest Gump and Boogie Nights, experienced a harrowing downfall marked by violence and tragedy. In a shocking twist, Jace fatally shot his wife April inside their Hyde Park home in Los Angeles, a horrific crime tragically witnessed by their 2 young sons. The trial revealed disturbing details. Jace, under the influence of heavy drinking, succumbed to overwhelming jealousy and paranoia. Ultimately convicted of second-degree murder and sentenced to 40 years to life behind bars, his descent from respected Hollywood figure to incarcerated murderer remains profoundly unsettling. At his sentencing, Michael Jace expressed deep remorse, telling the court emotionally, "There is no excuse for my actions that night. I am truly sorry for the pain I caused everyone." Currently incarcerated at California State Prison in Corcoran, Jace's heartbreaking transformation from respected actor to imprisoned criminal serves as a powerful reminder of how unchecked emotions can escalate into tragic outcomes. His case underscores the critical importance of early intervention, emotional support, and recognizing warning signs before personal crises erupt into devastating violence, forever altering countless lives. Jo Sun, a South Korean-born athlete, rose to modest fame in the U.S., initially entering the spotlight as a professional mixed martial artist in the Ultimate Fighting Championship. Despite never securing a victory in his 0-4 fighting career, his distinctive presence in the octagon captured audience interest. Sun found greater recognition as a villainous figure in low-budget action films alongside actors like Lorenzo Lamas and Dolph Lundgren. His most iconic role came in 1997 when he portrayed the eccentric henchman Random Task in Austin Powers' International Man of Mystery. a performance that earned him a lasting place in cult movie history. However, Son's life spiraled dramatically in 2008 when an arrest for vandalizing his roommate's vehicle inadvertently reopened a long-forgotten criminal investigation. As part of his plea agreement, Son provided a DNA sample, which shockingly matched evidence from an unsolved violent crime nearly 2 decades earlier. On Christmas night in 1990, Son and an accomplice kidnapped and brutally assaulted a young woman. During his trial, the victim courageously detailed her harrowing ordeal, recalling Son's chilling remark that he was giving himself a Christmas gift, forever tainting his once cult status and exposing the sinister truth beneath his public image. Son was ultimately convicted of severe torture, as the statute of limitations on the sexual assault charges had expired. He received a sentence of 7 years to life in prison. Shockingly, just 1 month into his incarceration, Son became entangled in another violent incident behind bars, leading to a new conviction for voluntary manslaughter and an additional 27-year sentence. His rapid descent from cult film figure to violent felon serves as a chilling reminder of how deeply hidden darkness can irreversibly shatter lives and legacies. Harvey Weinstein, co-founder of Miramax, rose to prominence in the 1990s by producing influential award-winning films like Pulp Fiction and Good Will Hunting, even securing an Oscar for Shakespeare in Love. Yet beneath his celebrated public image lay years of troubling whispers, which finally exploded into public view through a groundbreaking New York Times investigation. The exposé revealed accusations from over a dozen women alleging harassment and sexual abuse, dramatically dismantling Weinstein's powerful reputation and exposing the disturbing truth behind Hollywood's glamorous facade. A subsequent investigation by The New Yorker unveiled even more disturbing allegations, prompting nearly 100 women, including numerous celebrities, to courageously come forward with harrowing accounts of Weinstein's abuse. In 2018, the Manhattan District Attorney's Office formally charged Weinstein with rape, criminal sexual act, sexual abuse, and sexual misconduct involving 2 separate victims. During his trial, actress Annabella Sciorra delivered powerful testimony, vividly recounting her own traumatic assault. Ultimately convicted, Weinstein received a 23-year prison sentence. Further legal battles awaited him in Los Angeles, resulting in an additional 16-year sentence, and British authorities have approved charges against him in London. He is currently incarcerated at New York's Mohawk Correctional Facility, about 100 miles north of New York City, a sobering conclusion to a once powerful figure's dramatic fall from grace. Reality TV stars Todd and Julie Chrisley became household names thanks to their hit series Chrisley Knows Best, which debuted in 2014. However, their polished image suffered a major blow in August 2019 when they became entangled in serious legal troubles, facing charges of tax evasion, bank fraud, and wire fraud. Authorities accused the couple of failing to pay nearly $2 million in state taxes, hiding over $1 million in reality TV earnings from the IRS, and submitting falsified documents to inflate their income and assets, shattering the carefully constructed facade that had made them famous. Although Todd and Julie Chrisley initially denied any wrongdoing, they ultimately faced trial, where prosecutors painted a troubling picture of deception. Evidence revealed the couple had inflated their wealth, presented fraudulent documents to banks, and secured over $30 million in loans to support their lavish lifestyle. all while concealing substantial income from the IRS. After nearly 3 weeks of testimony, a jury found them guilty of conspiracy to commit bank fraud, conspiracy to commit wire fraud, and tax fraud, with Julie additionally convicted of wire fraud. Todd was sentenced to 12 years in prison, while Julie received a 7-year sentence. Today, Todd serves his term at FCY Pensacola in Florida, with Julie incarcerated at another federal facility in the state, their fall from grace serving as a stark warning against the perils of chasing fame at any cost. Suge Knight, co-founder of Death Row Records, played a significant role in shaping the West Coast hip-hop culture in the 1990s. His influence extended beyond music, making him a prominent figure in the entertainment industry. However, alongside his success, Knight faced a series of legal challenges that ultimately changed the course of his life. While on the set of the NWA biopic Straight Outta Compton, Knight was involved in a violent altercation with Terry Carter and Cleabone Sloan. Knight was accused of running over both men, resulting in the tragic death of Carter and serious injuries to Sloan. This incident led to Knight being charged with murder and attempted murder. As legal proceedings unfolded, Knight's defense team negotiated a plea deal, and he ultimately pleaded no contest to voluntary manslaughter, a lesser charge than the initial murder accusation. In 2018, Knight received a significant sentence of 28 years in prison, with eligibility for parole set for 2034. This marked a dramatic turning point in the life of an influential figure in the music industry. Thank you for watching my video. There are many other interesting things in the next videos. Please look forward to it. Thank you and goodbye.